Hi everyone, welcome back to Sashay Away with Barry. And I am ooky spooky today. I took my nails off already, sorry, but they were not letting me do anything. But if you want to see pictures with them on, you can go to my Instagram and they will be there. I am dressed up for Halloween because we are here to talk about Dragula Resurrection. If you have not watched it, it is available on Shudder. And Shudder has a 7-day free trial, so you can go on and watch it and then cancel and not have to pay anything unless you like all kinds of horror movies, and then you can subscribe to them and watch as much as you want. But it is available on Shudder.com right now. I watched it a few days ago, and then I did a little refresher last night, and I got some pictures for us to go through. That's mainly what this is going to be about because the Dragula show. So what was happening on Dragula Resurrection is the Boulet Brothers created the show, and it's kind of part movie, part competition, whatever. But it took place during COVID, so they didn't all get together, of course, for that because it's COVID. And so no one was flying around, but the film crews were sent to the Queen's hometowns, and they did their little, they call them floor shows, and you'll see why it's not a runway, it is a floor show. If you watch it, it's all very performance based. And so they sent these film crews to their hometowns to film them. So they built sets, they were doing things outside to kind of fit their mold of what they were doing. And it was actually really well done. You got to know a lot about the queens and their story. And so what these are is queens that did not win from their season. So there are 2 queens from season 1. And I wrote this down so I don't forget who they are. And that is Victoria. No, she was on season 2. It is Kendra Onyx and Loris from season 1. Season 2 was Victoria Black, Dolly, and oh, I am so wrong. Kendra Onyx must have been on season 2 as well. I don't know, someone correct me. Anyway, because Loris and Frankie Doom were from season 1. I do know that for sure. So Dahlia, Victoria Black, and Kendra Onyx must be from season 2. And then from season 3, we had Priscilla Chambers and Saint. And that was Saint Lucia on the show. She just goes by Saint now, but those are the 7 queens that are competing. And what they get is if they win, they get $20,000 cash prize. Amazing. And then they also get to come back and compete on season 4. I think someone's knocking at my door and I'm just going to ignore it. But they get to compete on season 4 when it comes back. So those are the stakes. You're going to hear some noises because my work is going on as well. So there's little dings. I'm sorry about that. But we're going to go through all of the photos from the 3 different categories. They had a category from each season. Season 1 was The Witch, and that was you had Vander Von Odd's epic witch costume, which actually won her, I think, the title because it was genius during the finale. And then during season 2, it was the Ghost Challenge, which I don't actually remember. And looking at the looks from this season, or from this little resurrection episode, there's a reason I probably don't remember it because I don't know that people understood the category of ghost, but that's fine. And then the final category is vampire from season 3. And we had that iconic look from the winner, which was Landon Sider, of course, our first drag king on Dragula. And so those are the 3 categories. And then the last category in the vampire, they also have to do a lip sync to a Kim Petras song. I'm going to try to put it in here. You know that the videos, they don't allow music that you don't own. It's very temperamental. Sometimes they take the video down. Sometimes they just block out the music. So I recorded it with no sound. I'm going to talk through it. Those of you who are just listening on the podcast, I'm sorry. You need to go watch it on YouTube if you want to see this video. Otherwise, you're just going to hear me talking about random shit that's not really making any sense. If it doesn't play, we're going to skip it as well. Because, I mean, it's literally just a video of them lip syncing. They're lip syncing to nothing. Basically get to see them performing and that's all. But they're lip syncing to nothing because there is no sound. But let's get right into these looks, going with our first category of witch. Oh, it went away. There it is. Can you all, I hope you can all see that. Let's go back here. Yeah, you must be able to. I don't know. I keep clicking the wrong button. That's why. I wanted to get up here in the corner so that I can see along with you. So it is sharing. We're good. Our first category again is Witch from season 1. And let's get into it, starting with Dali. It's a good look. I think she did a great job. She did kind of this woodsy, earthy look, which you can see from the headpiece. She talked about how she's very much into doing headpieces now. So I think this look is good. It's not my favorite witch look, but it's a good look. It's a good witch look. And she's outside, obviously, and she had these elongated arms. It looked really, really good. Next, we have Victoria Black, and she is just giving us a straight up witch, and she has started doing a lot of things with body prosthetics. And so this whole mid-piece is a prosthetic that she made and painted. She's toying with doing things kind of nude, and that's why she's not wearing a top. I think this witch is fantastic. She built this entire set behind her in her garage, and she's a star. She really is. I kind of thought she was going to win season 2, and that didn't happen, but I thought she was going to. Next, we have Kendra Onyx, and she is giving us Witch Doctor realness. She's obviously doing this outside with some fire around her. She has a great headpiece on, which you can't really see well in this picture. Her outfit is just scraps, but I think it works for this look. The Boulet Brothers were not impressed with that part of it, but I think it works for the witch doctor. I mean, she could have gone crazy with it. She does have some like feathers around her ankles, which you can see a little bit of, but it's a good look. She looks fine. Next, we have Priscilla Chambers, and she is giving us the Swamp Witch. And she has some taxidermy pieces. One is an alligator that is on her head as a headpiece. And then she has kind of like the old antebellum dress look on it. This was a great look. She actually came out of the water in this look, which was really, really cool. Obviously, you can see the little waterfall behind her, but yeah, she did it all outside. She said the water was freezing, but she had to get she had to get the video done, so she did it, and she looks great. Priscilla Chambers, we found out has started transitioning. She actually came out as trans, she said, when she was 17. I don't think she talked about it on season 3, but she is now fully transitioning and living her life. Next, we have Saint. And Saint was giving us like this ethereal witch. I'm going to zoom in a little just to see it better. It was not my favorite witch look. It's nice, but it's nothing extraordinary for me. She has this face thing. This wired thing around her face with butterflies on it, which it was fine. It just wasn't my favorite. But she did a good job. Next, we have Frankie Doom giving us a homage to the Grand High Witch from the movie Witches, and she nailed this look. She had another prosthetic over and took the prosthetic off of her face to reveal the witches, just like she does in the movie. I like the latex dress. This cape was everything. It was huge. I think she said it was 10 yards of fabric long, because it's 10 yards of liner, 10 yards of outer. So that is a massive, massive showpiece, and she looks great. I love that she did it outside as well. Bravo to her. I think this was my favorite look of hers for the episode. And finally, we have Loris. Loris has the classic witch, and it was the most successful as well. Her outfit is all leather and latex. It is massive. It is a gorgeous dress. It reminded me of Honey Davenport's dress when she was on the episode she got eliminated from on season 12. Was she on? Maybe she was on 11. I don't know. She was on 11. So it looks like that dress to me. And later we find out that she and Honey Davenport are actually dating. So it may actually be Honey Davenport's dress. I'm not going to say that for sure, but that is going to be my assumption. The hat is not the hat that Honey Davenport wore on that episode. But this was my favorite witch look. I think it's classic. Her face looked great in it. So bravo to Loris, a queen that I never really liked on the show. So me saying something nice about her is very, very positive. Next, we're going to go to our category of Ghost from season 2. Again, I don't remember these looks from the season, but we're going to take a look at the looks that they gave to us on Resurrection. And we're going to start with Victoria Black. She missed the assignment. She was doing an homage because in her season, in the finale, she was playing a nurse character, and she was having sex with a corpse. And so she was resurrecting that as being the corpse. This is the corpse of her. Again, she did the breastplate all herself out of latex. But it's zombie. This is a zombie look and nothing more. It is not a ghost, it is a zombie. So for that, it's a great zombie look. And she acted the hell out of it if you watch it. She even did like that weird crab walk with her body. So it's a great look. It's just not a ghost, in my opinion. Next is Frankie Doom giving us the Ghost Bride. This is a little closer to it, but again, it looks kind of just like a dead body almost. It is closer to Ghost than Victoria Black's, but there's not much to it. It's a bridal gown. She did some good hair. She worked well with the lights to make it look more ghostly and apparition-like, so I give her credit for that. Next, we have Priscilla Chambers, and she is giving us a dead hooker from the 80s. I'm sorry, not a hooker, a sex worker. And then she was paying homage to Black Lives Matter and Black trans lives, which it didn't really make sense for me within the context of doing a dead sex worker. But I love the idea. The idea is cool of it. I think she looks like Willem from Drag Race, and that kind of made me laugh, but I think she did a good job with the idea of it. Whether or not it looks like Ghost, I don't know. I guess I'm confused by the whole Ghost category. Maybe I think of something completely different, but I feel it to be spectral and in very grayscale, and there's a lot of color going on in some of these. Like this one from Loris, which is not a ghost at all. I don't understand why she did half and half. She did kind of half queen, half demon. That is not a ghost, and it's a big fail for me. I don't understand it, and that's all I can say about it. I just don't get it. Not a good look at all. Then we have Kendra Onyx, which looks very ghostly in this picture. She had the bottom of this gown was lots and lots of tulle that she hit with some black light paint to make it look like she's floating. It does look like she's floating in this picture, actually. So she succeeded. She put some of it obviously in her hair as well. So I think this is a successful ghost. It worked. When you see the whole floor show of it, it's not as good as what you're seeing in this picture, but this picture makes it look really good. Next, we have Dolly. This is not a ghost either. She's kind of carrying over her woodland thing from the witch one. It has butterflies on it. I do love the headpiece, but I don't get it as ghost. So to me, it was just a miss for what she was doing. It's an interesting look. It's just not a ghost. But I love Dolly, and we'll get to that later. And finally, for Ghost, we have Saint. And this is obviously the most ghost-like because she took it literally, but she made it super, super scary. She did this crazy, crazy ghost, just a plain white ghost sheet. The mask that she has out of this lace is lovely. And then you have the terrifying teeth behind it. She also wore some like black velvet catsuit underneath it, so you couldn't see her legs. It was like she was really floating. So I appreciated that. So this was probably my favorite ghost look because she took it literally, but also made it kind of arty and creative. And I applaud her for that. And the drippings coming out of her mouth are actually black crystals when you get a close-up of them. So it was just She paid attention to the little details and was super, super successful. Our last category is Vampire from season 3. And we are going to start with Loris. This was the best picture I could get. And I know that's not saying much, but they literally didn't show much of her in this vampire look until you see the video, and then there's a little bit more. But it's fine. I don't know what she was really going for with the metal. I know you'll see it in, I think you see it in the video. She does the grinding on it, so that's why she's wearing the metal cages, obviously. It's fine. It's a fine look. Next, we have Dali. This is one of my favorite vampire looks. I think she looks amazing in this. It is super, super cool that she went into this drain pipe. It makes it even more effective. The lighting in there is fantastic. The way she painted her face with this prosthetics and mask is lovely. The outfit is really cool. It's very punk rock, very industrial. I love, love, love this vampire look. Next is, I always want to call her Onyx Black, but it's Kendra Onyx. And she's giving us kind of a classic vampire. I love, love, love this room that she's in. It is so overstyled and exciting. The gown is fine. The cape is really good, and she works it really well in the video when they're lip syncing. It's very kind of classic vampire. I think she did a good job with this one. Yeah. Victoria Black. This is my other favorite vampire. She also went very, very Victorian classic with it and looks stunning in this. It's a cool, cool garment. I love that the candelabra that she's holding. The wig is perfect for it. And then the red around the eyes and yeah, everything is right. So bravo to Victoria Black. She really is a star. Frankie Doom gave us like mid-transformation kind of where she's doing the bat vampire, and it's very reminiscent of the Bram Stoker's Dracula movie with Gary Oldman. She looks good in it. It's a great, great look. Yeah, I don't know what to say. The hair, I think, is one of the best parts of it. I actually love the wings. The boobs hanging out is always funny. So I think she did a great job, and her performance in this was really, really good. Priscilla Chambers gave us another classic vampire. It's not a good picture. You'll see more of her in the video, but this is all I could get to actually see her. The lighting is really, really red. Her outfit is actually red and white, so you'll see that later when the lighting is better. It's a good vampire. She did well. She got the ears on there for the bat ears. Well done. The vampire was probably the best category all around. Finally, we have Saint, and Saint is giving us a very new take on vampire. She's giving us a very mod look. I love these glasses. I love this wig. You'll see more of her in the video as well, moving around and lip syncing. But I think this is a great look. It's not my favorite vampire look. Those belong to Dolly and Victoria Black, but I do really like this look. Saint really stepped it up. She was only on, I think, 2 episodes of season 3. So getting to see her and learning more about her was actually really, really great on this little resurrection movie thing. I think the video is next. We're gonna try to play it. Again, there is no sound, so I may talk, I may not. We may just watch it together. Imagine Kim Petra singing. That's what you have to do. It jumps around from character to character, so you'll get to see a little bit of everyone. If I can keep it in the frame, that would be even better. But you get to see their vampire looks a little more in motion. So you can also see me when it's really dark in the camera. I think Kendra Onyx is a really good lip syncer, especially during this song. I think Dali is giving an amazing performance. Victoria Black is really, really good, and Saint is really good. Those are the ones they're kind of focusing on in this video for the most part. You'll see the other queens, like there's Frankie Doom, but you don't get to see much of them doing anything. And it's hard to, and that was Loris, of course, which we don't see very, very much of at all. Mostly just her dancing on top of that car, or whatever that is, a train, I guess. And then there's Priscilla Chambers, which you also don't get to see very much of in the video, which, you know, they put in what the best parts that they wanted you to see. And you got to see the really, really strong lip syncers, I think, for the most part. Kendra really knows how to work that cape. Saint is actually really good at lip syncing. I realized from this that it was just a good song for her. And that is all I'm going to say while we watch. That was Kendra Onyx ripping off her wig and had the slimy glue on there underneath it. It was really, really cool to watch. And then we get the grinding from Loris. Lots of blood drinking. Dolly looks so cool in that drain pipe. I can't get over it. Someone's ass. I think it was Loris. And lots of blood. Only 25 more seconds for those of you who are listening who can't see anything. Oh, Frankie Doom is twerking as the bat. She had a hard time with that mask on lip syncing, I think, and so that's why we didn't get much of her. And that's the video. There's more to it. I just cut it off because that's all we really needed to see. Here's the Boulet Brothers. They're going to give us their critiques about each queen. They look stunning as always. I love that they're always matching. I love their headpieces. I love that they wear the colored contacts all the time. If you watched the whole Resurrection, you saw them in each one. They also did the witch, the ghost, and vampire looks, but they did it kind of like how they do their little movie things, kind of setting up the whole thing. I noticed that the vampire one was definitely in New Orleans. The other ones, I'm not sure if they did them in LA where they live or if they were around as well. But that one was definitely in New Orleans because I know the area. So they talk about all the queens, and it's kind of leading up to if you watch Dragula, they do an extermination every time. And so the queens were all sent a video cassette because, you know, everyone has a VCR at home still. And it has their name on it, and they all start watching it, and they're like mesmerized by like a horror movie. I can't think of the one it is, but you stare at the screen and then you die. And so they're all staring at the screen and watching what's happening, and you get to see more of the Brulee Brothers in their 3 costumes. And then slowly but surely, one by one, they all start bleeding in some way, and that is how they all die out, leaving us with our winner, which was Saint. Saint is the one who survived the video. This is her at the end of the video when everyone else is dead. She is the winner of Dragula Resurrection. She gets $20,000 and will compete on season 4 of the Boulet Brothers Dragula. If you were watching it, you noticed that the other last queen that died was Dali, who I thought was going to win this whole thing. But she was the one that died right before they said that Saint had won. And if you watched all the way through the credits, Dali came back to life She did not win the $20,000, but she will be back for season 4 of Dragula. And that made me happy because I really did think that she kind of won this thing. She won it for me because I think she's really, really interesting. And I think we're going to get a good season with her on it. So I'm very excited for that. And that is my last picture. I'm still in this get up here because I didn't change. But that's what that's all I have to talk about. Again, if you want to watch the Dragula Resurrection, I just spoiled it for you. But it's been on the internet. So if you haven't looked at it, that's your fault. And you can watch it on Shudder.com. Again, they do a 7-day free trial, so you don't have to pay. You have to put in a credit card number, but if you cancel it before the 7 days are up, you will not be charged. It is a monthly charge. I think it's like $5 a month if you want to stick with it. If Dragula airs on Shudder, I will be subscribing because I do love to watch Dragula. I just don't know. We have another Halloween show coming up from the season 12 girls, Bring Back My Ghouls. I believe that is, I don't even, I did this the last time too, and I don't know why I didn't write it down. I'm gonna say that it's Friday. That's tomorrow if you're watching this, the day that it comes out. Bring Back My Ghouls by RuPaul's Drag Race season 12, blah, blah, blah. It is going to be on the World of Wonder YouTube page and the WoW Presents Plus app, Friday, October 30th at 3 p.m. That is tomorrow, October 30th, if you're watching this on Thursday. October 30th at 3 p.m. Eastern time, Eastern time, 3 p.m. Eastern time, and that is 12 p.m. Pacific time, the middle of the day. You can watch some drag. I'm going to the museum in the morning, but I will be watching it when I get home before 3. I'm assuming it'll be around to watch later as well. That is just when it is first being available at 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on Friday, the 30th. I wish you all a very happy Halloween. I dressed up like this for my coworkers. I've been doing a drag series called Work From Home where I dress in drag. I've taken some breaks from it because I've run out of clothes, but now I have some new stuff, so they'll be coming out. If you follow me on Sashay Away with Barry on Instagram, you can see all of the looks that I have been putting out there since quarantine has started and I've been working from home. So thank you all for watching. If you're watching on YouTube, if you're listening on a podcast, I apologize for that video where you didn't get to see it. Jump over to YouTube and you can watch it there. The YouTube channel is BHBrown13. If you want to listen in podcast form instead, you can find it on all your podcast platforms. Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, Anchor, Breaker, blah, blah, blah. There's a bunch. There's like 8 different ones that it pops up on, and you can listen to it on any of them. You can go to my website, sashayawaywithbarry.com, and find all of the information. There are links to all the podcasts, the YouTube page, the Facebook page, the Instagram. It's all linked there on the website in one place for you. Happy Halloween, everyone. Thank you for watching and listening, and I will be back next week with our semifinal round of Drag Race Holland. Bye, everyone. Happy Halloween.